Right now, as you're watching this, something profound is happening in your neural pathways. Scientists at the HeartMath Institute have discovered that the moment you become truly present, like you are in this exact second, your heart begins to emit a coherent electromagnetic field that extends up to 8 feet around your body. This field communicates with what quantum physicists call the zero-point field, the invisible matrix of infinite possibilities that surrounds us at every moment. But here's what most people don't realize. There's a specific moment when this field responds to you in a way that literally bends reality through quantum manifestation. Dr. Joe Dispenza has spent over 2 decades studying this phenomenon, analyzing brain scans of thousands of individuals who experienced what he calls the quantum shift. These are ordinary people who, in a single moment of inner alignment, created extraordinary changes in their external world, not in months or years, but often within hours or days. The quantum shift isn't about positive thinking or traditional visualization. It's about a precise neurobiological event that occurs when your thoughts, emotions, and body achieve a state of coherence so complete that you literally become a magnet for the life you've been seeking through quantum manifestation. And the most remarkable discovery? It doesn't require complex methods or years of meditation. It requires just this, one specific inner adjustment that activates the law of attraction at the cellular level. Before I reveal this technique, you need to understand the hidden mistake that prevents this shift from occurring, even when people are doing everything else right. This mistake is so subtle that most spiritual teachers don't even recognize it, yet it's the single biggest reason why manifestation fails. Your brain operates on electrical impulses, generating about 20 watts of power. But during moments of profound realization, something extraordinary occurs. The brain's usual gamma waves suddenly synchronize across all regions, creating what researchers call whole brain coherence. This coherent state only lasts between 90 seconds and 4 minutes. Miss this window, and you'll have to wait for the next natural cycle to occur. Dr. Dispenza's research shows that this coherence generates a measurable change in your electromagnetic signature. Your heart, which produces an electromagnetic field 60 times greater than your brain, begins to entrain with your neural activity. When this happens, you're no longer just thinking about change, you're embodying it at the cellular level. But here's the mystery that baffled researchers for years. Why do some people achieve this coherence naturally, while others struggle for decades? The answer lies in a specific mental pattern that either opens or closes this quantum gateway. Most people unknowingly engage in the pattern that keeps the gateway locked shut. Now, what's fascinating is that there are unmistakable signs that appear before a quantum shift occurs, and learning to recognize them helps you cooperate with the process rather than resist it. The first thing you'll notice is a strange sense of detachment from your familiar life. Things that once felt crucial suddenly seem less important. This isn't depression. It's your consciousness pulling back from outdated patterns to make space for the new frequency. Most people panic at this stage and try to re-engage with their old patterns, unknowingly interrupting the quantum process. You might also experience changes in your sleep patterns and vivid dreams. Your pineal gland is recalibrating, adjusting your circadian rhythms to match your evolving consciousness. Here's something remarkable. 80% of people report dreaming of moving water, rivers, ocean waves, or rain right before their shift occurs. This is your subconscious processing the frequency changes happening within your consciousness. Perhaps most significantly, you'll notice the spontaneous dissolution of old resentments and fears. Grudges you've carried for years suddenly feel irrelevant. Anxieties that once dominated your thoughts lose their emotional charge. This happens because your frequency is rising beyond the vibrational range where these lower emotions can maintain their grip on you. The most reliable predictor, though, is a gentle expansion sensation right at the center of your chest, behind your sternum. When this appears, you have approximately 24 to 48 hours before the shift fully manifests. Yet even as these signs appear, there's something that can completely block this entire process. And it's the greatest obstacle to experiencing your quantum shift. It isn't lack of knowledge, it's the unconscious addiction to control. Control is actually a frequency, a low vibrational state rooted in fear that directly conflicts with manifestation. When you're in control mode, you're unconsciously declaring to the field that you don't trust it to deliver what's best for you. Here's the hidden control pattern that sabotages most people. They try to control how they feel during their practices. They think they need to feel positive or grateful while doing techniques. But this creates internal pressure and artificial emotion, which generates resistance in the nervous system. When you're in control mode, your brain operates from the analytical thinking center, which excels at solving known problems but is incapable of accessing truly new possibilities. Innovation and quantum leaps emerge from deeper brain centers that only activate when the analytical mind relaxes its grip. This connects to something even deeper that most people never discover. They focus on changing their external circumstances while unconsciously maintaining the same internal identity that created those circumstances in the first place. Your vibrational identity isn't just what you think about yourself. It's the electromagnetic signature you broadcast from the cellular level. It's composed of your habitual thoughts, emotional patterns, posture, breathing, and even how you move through space. But here's what will shock you. Your identity isn't actually created by you consciously. It's created by a part of you that most people don't even know exists. Dr. Dispenza's brain imaging studies reveal something profound. When people attempt to create change while maintaining their familiar sense of self, specific neural networks actually become more entrenched. True transformation requires what he calls biological death, the dissolution of neural networks that maintain your current sense of self. There's a window of approximately 17 minutes each morning when your identity is most malleable. During this window, you can consciously choose which version of yourself to reconstruct for the day. Miss this window, and you'll automatically default to your historical identity pattern. Your cells are constantly listening to the information broadcast by your identity. When you maintain thoughts like, "I'm someone who struggles with money," your cells receive this as genetic instruction and adjust their function to match this belief. Your DNA expression changes, and your entire biology supports the reality of struggle. But when you embody the identity of someone who naturally receives abundance, not through affirmations, but through genuine cellular knowing, your biology begins producing the chemicals associated with prosperity. This is why visualization alone rarely creates lasting results. If you visualize abundance while maintaining the cellular identity of someone who lacks, your biology will always override your imagination. What makes this even more fascinating is that your physical body isn't just a vessel carrying your consciousness. It's a sophisticated antenna system constantly transmitting and receiving information from the quantum field. Every cell generates its own electromagnetic field, and when these fields align in coherence, they create a unified broadcast that extends beyond your physical boundaries. This is why people often report feeling your energy before you even speak. They're literally sensing your bioelectric signature. Your heart plays a crucial role in this process. The HeartMath Institute's research demonstrates that your heart generates an electromagnetic field 60 times greater than your brain. When your heart enters coherence, characterized by smooth heart rate variability patterns, it entrains your entire system, creating harmony between heart, brain, and nervous system. This coherent state can be cultivated through a specific breathing pattern that creates coherence 300% faster than traditional techniques. Inhale for 5 counts, hold for 5 counts, exhale for 5 counts, hold empty for 5 counts. When you breathe in this precise rhythm, your body automatically enters coherence without mental effort. Your posture, movement, and breathing patterns all contribute to your bioelectric broadcast. When you slouch, breathe shallowly, and move with tension, you're unconsciously signaling survival and contraction to the field. But when you align your spine, breathe fully, and move with grace, you broadcast expansion and receptivity. Your body position literally becomes your spiritual position. Now, all of this physical alignment serves a deeper purpose because time isn't what most people think it is. In quantum physics, past, present, and future exist simultaneously as interconnected possibilities. Your experience of linear time is created by consciousness moving through these possibilities like frames in a movie. But here's the revolutionary insight. You have the power to change which movie you're watching by shifting your frequency in this present moment. Most manifestation techniques fail because they project desired outcomes into an imaginary future, unconsciously reinforcing the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Every time you think, someday I'll have, or eventually this will happen, you're creating distance between yourself and your desired reality. The field doesn't respond to future intentions, it only responds to present moment frequencies. The quantum shift occurs when you collapse the illusion of delay by embodying your desired state now. This isn't pretending, it's a precise neurological process. When you genuinely feel the emotions associated with your desired outcome while remaining present, your brain creates the same neural pathways it would form if that outcome had already occurred. Your nervous system can't distinguish between a powerfully imagined experience and a lived one. But accessing this present moment power requires something our noisy world has made increasingly rare. In genuine silence, not just quiet, but the spacious awareness beneath your thoughts, you enter the realm where miracles become natural. Your thinking mind creates electromagnetic static that interferes with the subtle frequencies where transformation occurs. Neuroscientist Dr. Marcus Rachel discovered that during rest states, your brain activates the default mode network, responsible for creative insights and self-transcendent experiences. This network operates at different frequencies than focused thinking, creating optimal conditions for quantum manifestation. There's a specific sound within silence that's more powerful than all others, a subtle ringing or humming that exists in the background of all quiet. This isn't tinnitus, it's the actual frequency of the quantum field. Ancient traditions called this the unstruck sound, but modern physics reveals it as the quantum vacuum's zero-point fluctuations. When you attune to it, your entire system aligns with the source of all creation. And this brings us to the moment that changes everything, the precise inner adjustment that activates the quantum shift. It's simpler than you might expect, yet profound enough to reorganize your entire reality. The shift doesn't require complex techniques or elaborate rituals. It requires just this: the willingness to become, in this moment, the version of yourself that naturally lives the life you desire. Close your eyes and take 3 slow, deep breaths. With each breath, feel yourself settling into this present moment where all manifestation occurs. Now, instead of thinking about what you want to create, allow yourself to feel what it would be like to already be the person who has it. Not thinking about having it, but being the person who naturally receives it, enjoys it, and shares it effortlessly. Notice what happens in your body when you make this shift. Your posture naturally straightens, your breathing deepens, your facial muscles relax. These aren't conscious adjustments. They're your body's natural response to aligning with a higher frequency. Your cells are literally receiving new information and adjusting their function to match this elevated state. Feel this new version of yourself from the inside out. How does this person move through the world? What's their relationship with uncertainty? How do they respond to challenges? Allow this knowing to arise not from your mind, but from cellular intelligence that understands vibrational alignment. Here's the key that unlocks everything. There's a specific feeling tone that automatically aligns you with your highest possibility. This isn't an emotion like happiness or excitement. It's deeper than emotion. It's the frequency of your authentic self, and when you touch this frequency, everything else organizes itself around it spontaneously, without effort or struggle. This is the quantum shift. Not becoming someone different, but remembering who you've always been beneath the layers of conditioning. It's not about acquiring something external. It's about aligning with the frequency of your highest potential, which already exists as possibility within the field, waiting to be activated. From this aligned state, your next actions arise naturally, not from force or strategy, but from inspired knowing that flows directly from the quantum field. You become a magnet for the people, opportunities, and experiences that match your new frequency. Doors open that you didn't even know existed. Solutions appear for problems you weren't sure how to solve. There's one word that, when felt rather than thought, instantly activates this quantum alignment. This word has been used by mystics throughout history, but its power lies not in its meaning, but in its vibrational essence. When you embody this word completely, you become a living portal for transformation. That word is yes, not as agreement, but as total availability to your highest possibility. The quantum shift isn't a one-time event. It's a new way of being you can access in any moment. Once you've experienced this alignment, you carry its frequency within you like a tuning fork that can restore harmony whenever life feels chaotic. You realize that the quantum shift was never about getting something you didn't have. It was about remembering something you'd temporarily forgotten. You are not separate from the field of infinite possibilities. You are an individualized expression of it, with the power to consciously choose which possibilities to collapse into your experience. This is your quantum moment. This is your shift. This is just this, the recognition that everything you've been seeking is already here, waiting for you to align with its frequency. The field is listening. Your cells are ready for transformation. Your future self is calling you forward. The only question remaining is, are you ready to answer?